So the first order of business is, does the RX 480 actually have an HDMI 2.0 port that will support 4K at 60 Hertz? Let's find out. Well, here's HDMI directly to my TV running at 4K. No, the computer didn't just turn on. Wait a couple more seconds, and there we go. Alright. Well, I've been messing around with this crap for quite a while. Yeah, so here's what's going on. I plugged the HDMI port directly into like the graphics card to the TV, HDMI 2.0 on the TV, of course, although it's supposed to be working fucking 4K, so there's some issues with that. Anyways, if you do that, 4K 60 FPS does show up and then it flickers. Could be an issue with my TV because, as what I'm moving into right now, there's an issue with TV. So if you look at the info, I don't know if you guys can actually see it. You probably can. Okay, so it's 4K. It shows the info 4K 60 Hertz. But if you go to Windows, the Windows display stuff, it's telling me it's 3200 by 1800 resolution. And if I try to go up to 4K, and then I hit apply, watch what happens. If it's gonna go, okay. So it's like purple hue over everything. There's no, like, the taskbar isn't there. And then if I go back, I think it might be messed up because it messes up sometimes. No, it didn't mess up this time. So the TV perceives it as 4K. Windows is telling me it's a little bit under 4K. And if I try to go to 4K, it doesn't work with the adapter. So I'm using the adapter, which is supposed to make it a 4K signal HDMI. What the fuck? Is it my TV? Is it? I'm gonna have to do some testing. I don't have another graphics card to really test it with right now, so I'm just gonna shoot the benchmark video. But I'm gonna have to do some testing. It's either my TV, maybe the cable, maybe the adapter, maybe the graphics card, maybe my installation of Windows, maybe a million fucking things. This is annoying. This is why I hate computers sometimes. Let's get into this video. So because of that, we're just going to run this benchmark at 3200 by 1800, which is probably better suited for the RX 480 anyway. RX 480 is like a $200 graphics card. Does it really run stuff at 4K? We'll see, you know? So yeah, I am using the adapter. I don't know if it's an issue with my TV. Once again, sorry about that for you guys that are really curious about that out there, but yeah, I don't know. If this thing does have 4K or HDMI 2.0, then it's either an issue with my TV or something like that. But I really hope it isn't. My TV's never had issues before. What the fuck? Damn it. Anyways, so I think last time I ran Dirt Rally, and that game seems to be a pretty good game to run for 4K benchmarks. So I figure we'll go ahead and do that again. Of course, my CPU is an i5-6600, not overclocked. RAM is, I have 16 gigabytes of 2133 megahertz DDR4 RAM, of course. Have an SSD, but the game is on a hard drive. And nothing else is really that important other than the graphics card, which is RX 480 with the reference cooler. So let's get into this. Okay, and the game settings weren't easy to do either. So I guess I just matched the resolution, which is 3200 by 1800. Made it full screen because windowed mode was acting really weird. Yeah, so I got MSI Afterburner stuff on the top left. I tried before to like use my other camera to zoom in on it, but my other camera is such a it has such a bad lens or something in the camera. It's just a shitty camera. So like it doesn't focus on like anything like this camera does. So I'll just like tell you guys what the basically it shows me the FPS and then the clock speed. And I should probably go ahead and jump out of this game and show me the temperature too, because that'd probably be something good to track as well. And then I'll just kind of like I'll just like tell you guys about that stuff while I'm playing. So according to MSI Afterburner, I can't track the temperature of the GPU and the on-screen display. That doesn't make any sense to me, but I don't know. It's a reference cooler, which most likely means it's probably going to be hot. So I guess we'll just have to assume that. I did turn on the GPU load, so I guess I can tell you guys that. Although, generally speaking, the GPU is if you're playing a game, it's going to be under like 100% load. So I don't know if that's just something about the RX 480. That's weird. MSI Afterburner almost always tells me the temperature of my GPU. Why does it? What? Why would that be something that AMD like blocks? Anyway, so we're just gonna go to a custom event and do some sort of a rally. Let's do a rally cross. I don't. Oh yeah, I do have that. Okay. Let's just make a new one though. But I am starting off on medium settings at the resolution, which is like 3200 by 1800 or something. Uh, so I mean, it'll give it a somewhat, similar test as 4K would. But yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go on London and let's go ahead and start it up. All right, look at beautiful Linden Hill, England. All right, so yeah, once again, we're starting at medium settings at this weird-ass resolution, and we're just going to see what we get here. So GPU usage is already 100%. What a shocker. Our frame rate is rocking top hundreds right now. Let's see. I am playing keyboard and mouse. Oh, shit. Oops. I used WASD instead of arrow keys. Wow, yeah, I already did an episode on this track, but whatever. Okay, so our frame rate so far is rocking around 100. GPU usage is still, of course, 100%. And our clock speed is 1328 right now. Oh, look, this is actually a longer track. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, shit, I didn't make that turn correctly. Damn it, Tony. Come on. Oh, shit. Okay. So, yeah, our frame rate rocking right around 100 FPS, which is very cool. We'll go ahead and fuck this bitch up. Fuck you, blue and yellow. Bitch, motherfucker. It does look still pretty damn good at this resolution and and at medium settings. Like the car is very shiny at least for that. So yeah, very cool stuff. Let's go ahead and take the shortcut again. I don't know why you'd take the other way. That way is fat. Oh shit! There goes my bumper. Oh fuck. Okay, so my car is fucked. But my frame rate's pretty good once again, so that's pretty good. Rocking right around 100 FPS at semi 4K resolution at medium settings. So at this point, I guess I might as well just kind of quit this race and go ahead and bump our settings up to high. Just kidding. Actually, in Dirt Rally, you can just do that while you're in the game, which is pretty damn badass. So now we're still in the same game. Our frame rate... Oh shit, whoops, whoops, that wasn't good to do. Our frame rate took a little bit of a hit. It looks like we're now kind of getting in the 80s and stuff like that. Although, it says GPU usage is 11%, so maybe that's the reason why. I don't know why I'd be doing that. Oh, look at this great drive. Oh, I hit the monster sign. Oh, I took the long way. Oh, shit. So yeah, our frame rate, whenever I actually got up to speed and everything, looked like our frame rate was, yep, right now, like, it's in, like, the 70s and stuff like that, so it's definitely a little bit lower. Definitely lower than what I would have got with the GTX 1080. I mean, obviously, the 1080 is like a $700 graphics card or something like that. It's a pretty damn awesome graphics card. If you guys didn't see me benchmark that, definitely watch that, but it's definitely faster than this graphics card, as it should be. But this isn't really performing that bad for, like a... This is the 8GB model, so of course it retails at, I think, $240. So for a $240 graphics card, it's still pretty damn good at semi 4K resolution. I can hear the GPU though. It's a little bit on the loud side. So let's go ahead and ramp up our graphics up to Ultra and see what happens. Let's get this going. Alright, and our frame rate took an immediate hit. Looks like we're right around the mid-60s right now, which is cool. Of course, GPU load is still 100%. I would really like to see the temperature because I feel like the temperature is rising. I can see the clock speed has taken a hit. Clock speed is at 1223 right now, which I believe is about 100 full megahertz slower than we were getting as a boost clock earlier. I don't really remember exactly what this graphics card overclocks to, like the GTX 1080, for example. I got that thing to 2 gigahertz very easily, like very easily. This graphics card is definitely not going to get to 2 gigahertz. maybe like 1.4, maybe. That's probably stretching it, to be honest. Yeah, anyways, so definitely you can tell the graphics card was getting kind of hot. Pimp Daddy got in last place. Sorry, guys. But let's go ahead and turn up all the settings and kind of see what happens. Even on the menus, I mean, that graphics card is still hot. So, I mean, it is what it is, but damn, is that thing hot right now. So I believe everything is pretty much maxed out. I could turn some things on, like advanced blending, so we'll turn that on. And I believe everything else by default is turned on. So we'll see if advanced blending changes things up at all. And then after that, I think we'll do some overclocking. Now I believe I had this game completely maxed at true 4K resolution with the GTX 1080 on this computer, and I believe I was getting, my vehicles were, yeah, let's go and repair it. But anyways, so yeah, the GTX 1080, I believe I was getting really, really good frame rates with this thing, with this game completely maxed out. RX 480, yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, it's struggling. It's riding the struggle bus. So I am running this at true 60 hertz, and this graphics card is definitely not giving me 60 hertz right now. It definitely feels like this thing is running at like HDMI 1.4. Thanks, fucker. Thanks, dude. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I appreciate it. Fuck you. But anyways, so yeah, we're like struggling to get into like the 40s right now. So like I got like 45. Okay, we're getting 47 FPS now. But earlier I was getting frames in, the low 30s, which is pretty horrendous. Like right now, 38 FPS. You can definitely tell once this game takes a hit. It seems like once I slow my car down, I get some more frames. Oh shit, my bad. I definitely cut that. I'm sorry. But yeah, once I start getting my car going, especially with that dust in the air, and there goes my bumper, the frame rate just takes a hit. But I will say the boost clock has jumped up a little bit, maybe because the graphics card cooled off a little bit while I was in the menus. The boost clock is at 1328 megahertz right now, which I believe is what I was getting originally. So that's cool. The graphics card is definitely struggling to give me as many FPS as possible, and it's actually playable. Whenever I'm getting 40 some FPS, it's very nice. But then just right there when I slid, I was getting mid 30s, and whenever you get mid 30 FPS, you can tell it. I will say what. So this graphics card, if this was actually like at a true 4K resolution, I would imagine probably right now I'd be getting somewhere like maybe like 20 FPS or something like that, maybe somewhere around that. So maybe this graphics card isn't totally meant for maxing out 4K, at least for Dirt Rally. Yeah, definitely not that bad for a $200 graphics card, I will say. If you play, if you try to use a $200 graphics card from 2 years ago, at 4K, you're gonna have a bad time. You're gonna have like 10 FPS. So that's really not that terrible. I think at this point though, I will go ahead and do some overclocking, see if that helps us out a little bit. So for some reason, AMD really doesn't want you to adjust too much, at least with MSI Afterburner. So yeah, it's basically, oh wow, it didn't even let me do that, really? Or did it hit reset instead? So I'm gonna bump up the memory clock and the core clock up 24 megahertz or each. But whenever I hit apply, it's set like it takes off my setting. So I tried restarting the computer because I figure that's always a good place to start. Yeah, so it doesn't matter what I put the memory clock and the core clock to. Whenever I hit apply, it removes it. So, yeah. Is the RX 480 not overclockable? Is it not overclockable via MSI Afterburner? Maybe you have to do it through the drivers. I have heard that you can do it through the drivers, so maybe I'll try that, I guess. So I guess maybe you can only overclock the RX 480 within the Radeon software, it's also weird because I had to look it up online how to overclock through the software. And you can only overclock by certain games. So like I went to Dirt Rally, and I raised the frequency percentage up 15%, and then I put the memory clock up just 10 megahertz. We'll see if it does anything. I don't even know if I'm going to do any more overclocking because I really don't like using... I don't know. I'd rather use MSI Afterburner. I feel like I'd have better luck with that, but whatever. That's stupid, but whatever. Okay, so now we got it slightly overclocked. I guess like 15% on the core clock. We'll see if that makes any difference whatsoever. It still says the memory clock, or the core clock is 1328 megahertz, which is what we started with. So yeah, stupid. Let's go ahead and get in this race. Yeah, I don't think the overclock did shit. So yeah, and our frame rate's like 34 FPS, right? What is this shit? It's pretty fucking laggy. Like, honestly, I feel like, well, I don't know. It's not more. The FPS isn't less, but it's definitely not more. So that overclock literally helped us nothing. So I don't know if the Radeon software blows. I definitely applied settings, by the way. Let's see if we can actually win this race. But I definitely applied settings, so I didn't fuck that up. I might fuck up this race at some point. That's pretty much a guarantee. But yeah, so the overclock really didn't do anything for us whatsoever. Hop the curb. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Oh god. Damn it. Oh no. Fuck you, dude. Ah shit. Yeah, I know I'm penalized, man. Fuck you, okay, man? I'm just doing my best over here, fucker. So yeah, I don't get the whole overclocking with the Radeon software. It doesn't seem to work. I don't know why MS Afterburner doesn't work. Maybe I need to just reinstall it, but it worked on the GTX 1080, so why the fuck would it not work on the RX 480? I mean, they're both 80 cards, right? I mean, right? So yeah. I guess that pretty much concludes the benchmark of this video. I might just go ahead and finish up this race for this video, but sorry I had a couple issues with my resolution. I think I'm going to bring over my GTX 960, which I know for sure has HDMI 2.0 directly on the card, so I can test to see where the issue is coming from. And then I don't know, maybe I'll make a video about that just to kind of tell you guys what's going on, because I don't know, this is kind of a budget TV, so I hope the 4K isn't going bad on it. But you know, we'll see, I guess. Well, I might make a video about that. But beyond that, thank you guys for watching this video. Remember to drop a like on it if you thought it was cool. If you want me to do some more benchmarks in the future, I could try to get the RX 470 and probably not the 460, because Cutting Edge Gamer is where I get these graphics cards, and they really normally don't get very many budget graphics cards. Anything below $200, Cutting Edge Gamer really doesn't deal with too much, because they kind of just figure that people are going to buy those graphics cards, I think. Anyways, cool stuff. Still seems like a very good, still seems like a very good graphics card for the price, you know, $240. Is it going to blow your socks off, or, you know, knock your socks off? I don't know. You kind of get what you pay for with graphics cards. If you buy something that's $200, you know, you're going to get something that's $200. But it's really a lot better than like a $200 graphics card was just, you know, a couple years ago. It's significantly better if you ask me. So that's definitely a good move in the right direction, I think. I think we need to get more 4K TVs out there that actually work. Hopefully the whole 4K issue with this thing wasn't this graphics card itself. I really hope it wasn't. Hopefully it was just my TV, which, if it is my TV, that kind of sucks dick. Look at me running over that sign. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I might make a video about it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you crazy motherfuckers later. Peace out.